Hi all, Cynthia here. Welcome back. I'm working on a 8.5 by 11 layout today. So I have these gorgeous papers here. They're all from my February kit from the Wild Hare kit. So you did see me grab a white sheet of cardstock. I thought I might have used that as a background on this one. So that was out of my stash, but in the end I don't use it. I do use a piece of paper. So I have this photo here. It's a 6x4 photo, and I'm just mounting it on this blue paper here, and it has all those little cutter parts on the back. I just had a good look to see what was on the back, to see whether or not I would use any of those particular ones. There's a few there that I know I definitely wanted to use. And I do use them on this layout, and there's some that I knew I probably wouldn't use, would less likely to use them anyway. So I'm just contemplating whether I want a coloured background here or whether I want to use that white cardstock, but I do go with this pattern paper here. So this is from the Pink Fresh Studio collection. I think it's Listen to Your Heart maybe. And I've trimmed that down to size. And I like the look of the white. I don't want a total busy pattern paper background. So I go into my stash and I pull out my doilies, and I grab this big doily here, and I do love those doilies. And thought about for a moment trying a gold one, but I really didn't like the look of that, so that went back pretty quickly. And I'm going to use this white one here. I just fold it over. Sometimes I trim it off, and sometimes I just fold it over and stick it down. I think it has a different look if you fold it over. Here we go. Here's this cut apart sheet. I've come back into it, and now I'm trying to read what's on them and pick out a couple that I think will go well with this layout. There's so many to choose from. There's a couple of quite funny ones on there which I definitely want to make sure I use before the month's up. Think about pulling 3 out, but I stick with 2 in the end. Grab out the sticker sheet to see what I can use. I've decided that I'll grab this floral paper, or this leaf paper I probably should say, and I'm going to use that as an anchor point. So I'm going to put that across the page, just there, and then I'm going to build my clusters and everything on top of that. So here I'm going through the ephemera that came with this month's kit, and I'm just seeing what I can use. I pull out that frame. I like the concept, but it's not quite the right frame that I want to use, and then I pull out this sort of a light purple one, and that's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm going to put that there with those 2 little pin board letter boards sticking out of it. Like that blue butterfly, I think it picks up the blue in the hat that she's wearing, so obviously it draws your attention to the face. And underneath the little bit of paper that I have there, the little girl Soph, she's wearing a blue hat too, so that certainly picks up on that as well, so I like that. Going through and pulling out some of those gorgeous not enamel hearts, they are acrylic hearts. There was a ton in this month's kit. Oodles and oodles of them, and I've used a big stack on a few layouts now, and I still feel like I have lots left. They're gorgeous, just that perfect finishing little touch. Sorry about that. I thought I trimmed this little bit out. Obviously not. So that's it. In what are we doing along here? So as you can see, I'm just building my cluster up here on the page before I start to stick everything down. I generally do that, get a bit of an idea of what I'm looking for. If I get stuck and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm starting to just shuffle things around, I generally go in and just start sticking things down and I will figure it out as I go. There we go, putting those down. I think there's a couple of those I put a foam dot least on one, like the butterfly. I put one wing up, and then with the bird, when I put the bird down, I also put a foam dot behind its head, so it sort of sticks up a little bit. The tail and bottom end of it is stuck to the page, but the head has a foam dot on it. And it's the same as this word here. I obviously popped that up off the page as well. Pulling all those backings off, which can be a bit annoying. I don't generally use foam dots. Most of the time I do use either chipboard that I have left over from chipboard sheets, or just foam, fun foam. But I do have this little bag of foam dots here, so I've decided that I'm going to use those up, get them out of the way. They're actually just a tad higher than I like. That's why I haven't used this lot. They come in, I think had them for years, and they've come in a mixed pack, and they had some thinner ones and they had these ones. I've used all the thin ones. I'm just left with these thicker ones, but I figured I better use them up. So the acrylic pieces, when you get these are from Bramble Fox, and they have a backing on both sides, so you just need to peel the backing off before you stick them down. And I use gel medium to stick these down with. I find that's nice and strong, dries clear, and it works really well. So I've got the bases here, feeling like I just need something else. I'm going to go back through the stickers and the chipboard and the cut apart sheets to see whether there's anything I can use. And on this chipboard here, obviously I'm going through this pack first. And I'm going to pull out a couple of little clouds and some hearts. Oh, that's right, a couple of these little word strips. I put those up top as well. I think they do go back there, a couple of them at least. Or maybe that's what I done. A couple of hearts in one of the word strips. And then a couple of this little floral. And on the other page, or the other side of the chipboard, there's a little banner. I pull that out in a minute and put that on the page as well, after I finish putting down my clouds and my little word sentiments up here at the top. That's right, I need to pop one side up because it has the chipboard on the other side. It does make one side a little bit higher than the other, but yeah, I'm okay with that. And you just saw me rubbing my fingers underneath that lovely. I decided that it needs something there, and that's where I pull out this little banner, as I said, and I just pop that down underneath, and I really like the way that sort of fills that space in, and I don't know if it fills it in or bulks it out, just makes it a bigger cluster, a fuller cluster. I think it's completed like that, so I really like the way that comes together. Add a couple of more of these little twigs in here to fill in some of that trapped space. I think I'll come back later, and any of the chipboard that seems to want to peel off, I will add a little bit of glue underneath, because you know sometimes they can be a bit tricky, them ones. Add some enamel shapes, either hearts and dots, and I think I call the layout done. So look, I'll leave the link below to the Wild Hare kits. Make sure you jump on and check them out. And until next time, everyone have a lovely day, a lovely week, or a lovely month. And I'll talk to you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.